Hey folks, Comet here! And this is Nintendo. Everything's going ape. And this is, well, EarthBound. Yeah, this game long. And joining me today is Mr. Shepard, I know as Gonzolink. Many thanks to him for joining me.
Hey Comet, how's it going?
Going good, boss, going good. Now, Shepard's a pro at this game.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I've definitely played through it a few times, and I mean, I love this game, and so should you, and so should everybody, because it's an amazing work of 16-bit amazingness. But yeah, like when Colin approached me to do this, I kind of thought to myself, well, I mean, there's really only so much that you can. With an LP of EarthBound, you can only go so far into it. I mean, unless you want to go in the long haul and just play the full game. So, what I thought was, we could just talk about sort of what our experiences with the game have been, like how we discovered it, what it means to us individually, and just, you know, share experiences or something. I don't know. Just sort of go off the cuff and see what comes of it.
Yay. Talk away, my friend. This is your you know it all. I'm just gonna name the characters really quick. I named you the third character we get in the game.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
No. That's funny. Actually, the last time I was playing through it, with a friend, I was placed as Jeff too.
Yeah. Well, Jeff is not necessary to the plot, but he's very, very important.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's probably not necessary in the.
Neither is that girl or the other guy, but they are a part of it anyway. Neither is the dog. Everyone's has their place, though. That's what I love about EarthBound.
Yeah.
That's what I love about EarthBound.
Well, I do love the amount of customization that this game has. Just, I mean, like, you know, here it is saying, like, oh, what's your favorite food?
So, what is our favorite food?
Well, I always like pasta. I generally choose to put whenever I play this game, but yeah, and I really do like just how it allows you to customize the game in this way and make it that much more of a unique experience to you as a player.
Yeah. So, what is our favorite thing?
Oh God.
I ain't putting what my really favorite thing is. Sorry.
Well.
What is Gonzo's favorite thing?
Huh? I'll leave that up to you, man.
Sorry about that. Okay, hold on. Aw, destruction won't fit on there. Oh. Well, this is kind of morbid to watch, but here we go. Now I gotta put that.
Why don't you just go with gaming then? Seems relevant to the topic at hand.
Okay.
Okay, Scott.
Oh, yes, go.
Alright, so now that we're actually starting the game,
Yeah.
EarthBound.
About time, too. This is the only time you enter the character's name, or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does at one point ask you for your name, which does play an incredibly relevant point near the climax of this.
Yeah, at the end of the game, it actually does something for you. Sorry, folks. Spoilers are officially over, man. Just like Sheik is actually Princess Zelda in disguise.
I always thought it was Mario. But anyway, EarthBound, I guess when talking about EarthBound, the first place to really start is sort of with how you discovered the game, and because that's generally what people like to open the conversation with when talking about this game. I found is like, how did you discover it? And for me, that is sort of incredibly boring because it's the way I'm assuming 90% of the people who play this game have discovered it. That's through Super Smash Brothers.
Yep.
But like I'd heard about Ness as an unlockable character in Smash Brothers, but when I first heard the name EarthBound, it honestly, and I read the description of it in the game, it never really stuck out to me too much. It's like, oh, a meteor crashes near a kid's hometown and he has to go save the world. That sounds cool, I guess. And it really wasn't until years later when I kept hearing about it and that it had developed a real sort of lore and fascination about it that I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna give this game a go. I'm gonna start it up and try it out. And man, I mean, just right from the title screen, which I mean, sadly it wasn't on here. Just the static, and then it fades into like that. What looks like a comic book panel or something. That just immediately hooked me, and I couldn't wait to get started and start playing this game. And I mean, man, it's just something else. It really is one.
Yep. I've been loving the Mother series ever since way back when.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Discovered that way long ago, and I most recently played the new version of the GBA.
Oh god, yeah. I would so much want to sit down and play Mother 3, but for some reason my computer just won't handle the save state for the ROM.
I'll send you my copy and see what you can do.
Well, I don't even think it's the ROM. I think it's actually the emulator software because I tried troubleshooting and it just didn't really work. I couldn't, and it makes me sad because I did get to play a good amount of Mother 3 right up until I think the tower's collapsing and then facade falls off. That's just about the last thing I can really remember from Mother 3.
Yeah, Mother 3 is really good. As I said, I'll send you the copy of it and see what you think.
Yeah,
because it's real good.
Because I really would love to play through that game because I like EarthBound. It really did just grab me right from the start with the way it introduces its characters and just the way it tells its story. I mean, and it is a real step up in storytelling from EarthBound, which is saying something.
Oop, forgot to say goodnight. Now we're going to go back to sleep and all kinds of hell breaking loose. Later that evening.
Yeah, and one thing that I really like about this game too is and this is something that was talked about by Derek, the Happy Video Game Nerd, in his retrospective of it, is that the villain in this game is really persistent and just so annoying, and he really earns his villain status.
Oh yeah, Pokey's a diphead.
Yeah, and I mean, you really, by the end of the game, you just want to do things to him.
Yeah,
not
like
nice
strangling.
Things. And I mean, just right away, he's in your face and he doesn't care.
Well, he steals. Well, he does.
Oh, I mean,
he does a lot of stuff, and it's really annoying.
And it's also something. It's the Gruntilda theory, actually, as JonTron refers to it, where you establish a villain, and then all throughout the game, they just constantly are after you. They're like either poking at you or saying things to you or just trying to wear down your self-esteem. And by the end of the game, when you finally face off with them, it's just like, all right, let's go. Like I am ready to turn you into something unsavory.
Yeah, well, this hero don't get anything at the end either.
Yeah. So, tell me, Comet, how did you come across EarthBound? I mean, you say you were with the Mother series from the start. I mean, does that mean like you first heard about it in Nintendo Power?
Yep. Actually, a friend of mine told me about this series, and I've been enjoying it ever since. And this is one of the few RPGs I played all the way through.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually not. I wouldn't say I am not an RPG fan because I actually, in recent years, have developed a real fondness for them. But I don't play that many RPGs, and this is one of the few.
What makes this RPG different? What makes this RPG very different is you never see the father. You only see him from phone to phone.
And he's always giving you money. That's always nice of him.
Yeah, Daddy's always giving money away.
But yeah, but yeah, and I gotta say, I really did like the battle system in this one. It's just the whole concept of the rolling health meter really adds another level of challenge, and just the way it kind of allows you to gain a saving throw in case one of the characters is on their way out, or even if, say, all the characters are on their way out and there's one character who's had a critical hit, then just the opportunity to strike back at your last opponent and possibly, do them in and save the party is really cool. It was a really great, just a really unique system. I mean, at least for American gamers at the time. I haven't really played Mother 1, so...
Yeah. Now, Pokey isn't doing anything, just being a man.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, well, Drake actually had 2 critical hits in that first fight. I was like, wow.
That's a shame he's not going to stay with us for long.
Life up. Now, Ness himself is a very powerful character. But, as I said, I mostly rely on Ness to finish the game.
Yeah, I was always someone, when I played this game, as soon as Paula came into the party, I just immediately put all of my stats, buffs, or whatever. I pretty much threw anything I could at her. While also maintaining Ness's as something of a powerhouse. But Ness is more, at least early on in the game, is mostly about physical attacks. I mean, you have your special psi attack. But when Paula comes into the picture, she is gifted in the psi department, and it really helps out. Even though she's kind of weak physically, she still is a great benefit. And I pretty much just kept buffing her out.
Yeah, it's the way it rolls. I tell you what, it's always good for that.
Yeah.
Dog abandons us. Shall we proceed on?
Yep.
Now the dog was doing actual damage in this particular run.
What's that?
The dog, as I said, the dog is now out of the game permanently.
And the more times I watch this scene and play this game, this scene really does have a lot of emotion behind it. Even though it's a bee talking to you. Or, well, he's not a bee, but... I mean, just the implications of this scene and the weight, the tone it sets immediately in the story is really, really incredible.
Yes, sir. Man. Sorry, long day.
I mean, right away, it just starts telling you about... It goes from a game where you're running around your backyard, basically beating up crows and stray dogs, to a bee that comes out of a meteorite telling you about the future destruction of the world by a Cthulhuid horror. And I want to see more of that in RPGs.
Yep. Well, they actually made the characters all relevant, and they all have their special place.
Yep.
Many thanks to you for joining me for this one. For how long? Hold on. Thank you for joining me for ever how long we do this one. This is a real treat to have someone else talking about it and actually know the game. It's a pleasure.
I'll do what I can. I mean, like I said, I don't play many RPGs, but I really do hold a special place in my heart for this one. And just in games in general, this is one of my all-time favorite games. And I actually love this game so much that I even went on eBay to buy a physical copy of it, which set me back a bit, but was worth it. Because now I'm not concerned with...
GameStop.
I don't know.
Game had a quick stop. I was like, what happened? Keep going. Sorry about that. That was my fault completely.
Well, yeah, and it is nice not having to deal with GameStop either, but...
Don't worry, this guy can't hurt us.
But,
normally that would kill us. Oh lord, that was a crit.
And I do like this battle too, because it really gives you a taste of just how out of your league your characters really are at this point in the game, and just really what's to come. And that's another thing that this game does really, really well, is setting the stage for what's to come. Like with battles like this, where you do barely any damage to this guy, but Buzz is able to not only protect all the members of your party, he's also able to pretty much take out this guy on his own. And this is just a Starman Jr.
Yeah, but he's on guard too, so that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Stop complaining to me, you jackwagon.
But I mean, it also gives you an idea of the type of attacks that you'll be able to get. Like, you'll be able to use defensive measures, defensive psi powers, fire psi powers, and just all kinds of great stuff. And that's another thing. I mean, here I go. That's another thing I like about this game so much. Is just the range of attacks you have, and also just the amount of stuff that you can collect. And honestly, how some of the stuff you get is just completely useless. I just like how the game really kind of messes with you like that. And we could get the censored bit of child abuse here.
And you know what? Buzz was able to kill Starman Jr., but can't fight the power of the newspaper.
Yep. Gotta love video game logic. But yeah, and it's it's even with stuff like this that seems relatively silly. I mean, it carries with it a lot of emotional weight, and that's pretty incredible for a game with graphics that aren't honestly the best of what the SNES had to offer. But I mean, just from these little simple character sprites, and just in the dialogue alone, it's really able to carry with it just so much emotion. And the music, because the music is just unbelievable.
Yep, I really love the music to it. It's really good. It looks simplistic, but it's really not.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in, and you can do so much, but it's also incredibly easy. And also, I just gotta say, this is when I really fell in love with the music, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Here
might
comes
just be one of
Mr.
my all-time favorite town themes.
Yep, here comes Mr. I want to say Fuzzy Pickles.
Oh, yes.
Now, if you position a character right at the right time, you can put give bunny ears to people. You can give bunny ears to people if you position it at the right time and stuff.
Yeah, because Ness is the only one who will actually do that. And that just never really made a whole lot of sense to me, but at the same time, I never really questioned it either.
Yeah. Well, here's a good thing. You can restore all your HP and MP, which I did do so. And then we head on out. Now, Tracy, the main character's brother, will go get a part-time job at the delivery. You can drop off all your stuff there.
Well, actually, Tracy's his sister, but yeah.
I know that. I'm just using that for expert reference. You can save through your dad on the phone.
And he tells you that, video gaming isn't, always the most important thing in the world.
Now, here's the stats. I forgot to put those up here. Now, he'll get all kinds of cool crap later. Now, we had some people who play this game be really dirty with their words, so, for their stuff they like the most.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Wait to hit the L button, people. It's going to be used a hell of a lot in this game.
Yeah, that's another thing. You can play this game with one hand.
Yeah, actually, you can.
Yeah, the L button on the SNES controller pretty much functions as your main interact button. So you can just use your thumb to move around with the D-pad, and when you run into somebody or run up to a sign or anything you need to interact with, just hit the left bumper, and there you go.
Pretty much. And then you got the B button for any mistake. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Only you need to use your right hand when it's really necessary.
Sounds like my love life. Just kidding. Now we get the map.
Yes. The essential item of any RPG. Being able to know where the heck you're going.
Yep. Oh, what's great about this game is you can save state it, go to the hint guy, which is somewheres. You can hit the X button like that. And then the hint guy will be in a town or so and tells you exactly where to go next. So you're not totally going,
Yeah, because this was in the days before the internet was used for sharing information, like how to actually beat a game. So having a hint function was pretty nice of them.
This game was brilliant. Still is.
Yeah, because it saves you the trouble of actually having to, close out and then go online.
Yeah, for packs, yeah. Now, you can level up around here. I don't think it's the bakery. I think it's the shop where it says just... No, it ain't the bakery. Now, when you fight a lot, make sure you go back to talk to your father. He'll give you more money.
Yes. That's the thing, yeah. He won't deposit any money until you actually talk to him. He's kind of stingy like that.
Okay, here's the drugstore. This is where I want to be.
Yeah, because that crack bat's not going to be doing you too many favors right now.
I don't have any...
At least in the future.
Hold on.
Oh, did you not get the crack bat?
I forgot to get money.
Oh, okay.
Automatically equip.
And that's another nice thing about this game, is being able to equip anything that you buy immediately.
Okay,
because
that's it.
It does get fairly tedious at times having to actually go through the menu and equip everything that you buy yourself. So that's nice of them to at least...
Oh yeah, by the way, this is the butterfly. It'll randomly appear and restore 30 MP. My favorite music is actually in the hotel. Let you listen. I love the music of the hotel. It is absolutely priceless. You can restore your, in other towns, not the main one, you can go in here and restore HP and MP for a price. It's like, think of it like an inn. But it's a hotel.
Yeah, I do like the themes for the hotels, but for some reason it always just seemed kind of... I don't want to say off, but only slightly unfitting. I don't know, that's just my opinion anyway.
Ow. slap him hysterically, and I kick his butt. That's what happens when, you know, you gotta level up some, too. I mean, you literally gotta level up just a smidge bit. But you don't want to fight too much at once.
Oh, no.
Like all that.
If you don't want at this point in the game, if you fight too many of the sharks, they will beat you down. Or at least too many of them at once. Especially if you get like a bunch of, if you get the skater punks, I believe they're called, or if you get like 3 of them at once, they will just tear into you.
Like this? Like that?
Yeah, and you weren't even fighting a skater punk. How about that? Basically, the thing to do with when you're fighting the sharks, or at least what I do, is I try and seek out one at a time.
That's what I was trying to do.
Then I pray that they're all Yes Men Juniors, because those guys are punks. Especially when they're all by themselves, because they have no one to say yes to.
Alright. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Me and Sir Gonzo will show you back next time. Many thanks for him for taking time out of his very, very busy schedule for the very first part of EarthBound! Sorry for any technical difficulties, folks. We'll check back with you next time. This is Lord Comet and the Lord Gonzo saying have a good night all and universally bless.
Yeah, have a good one, man.